This integrity session is for Spanish 101, web-based courses. What we're talking about today are descriptive adjectives. I'm pulling this information or pulling my resources from the Vistas book, pages 88, 89, 90. What we're going to be talking about are descriptive adjectives and what they mean, how to make them agree, etc. In lesson 1, there was a integrity session that talked about nouns, number, and gender. And we said from the beginning that you need to make sure that when you memorize a vocabulary word, you memorize whether it's masculine or feminine. And this is where part of that comes into play, because you have to know whether the noun you are describing is masculine or feminine, so you can also make your adjective agree. We're going to take some of these vocabulary words from page 89, where at the top where it says common adjectives. There are a few there. The first one is alto. Then you have antipático. There's the word bajo, bonito, bueno, delgado, fácil, feo. We'll take those out of the first column. Now, these are the words tall, unpleasant, short, pretty, good, thin, easy, and ugly. And there are 3 other columns on page 89 too that have other adjectives in them. Alright, the first thing that you have to know is that adjectives must agree in number and in gender, and that descriptive adjectives come after the noun they modify. So if you want to say in Spanish, for example, the tall boy, in Spanish, this descriptive adjective has to come after. So what it's really going to say in Spanish is el chico alto. Chico is masculine, so we have the masculine word for the. We keep the word alto masculine. Now, if this said the tall boys, this phrase would be los chicos altos. An OS, because chicos is masculine plural. We've got the masculine plural word for the. This word right here also has to be masculine and plural. And what we do to make it plural, since it ends in a vowel, is just add the letter S. If it said the tall girl, it would be la chica alta. If it said the tall girls, las chicas altas. This is feminine, that's feminine, that's feminine. All are singular. The whole thing is singular. This one's feminine plural, that's feminine plural. So we made the word alto, alta for feminine, and we added an S to make it plural. Alright, let me give you another example. Let me erase my board here for a second so I can fit some more on this page without having to change pages. Alright, let's talk about the word we'll do the word bonito. Bonito meaning pretty. Pretty can be masculine, it can be feminine depending on the noun. So if you say the pretty house, it would be la casa bonita. If you said the pretty car, it would be el carro bonito. Or if you have a pretty baby, and let's say she's a girl, it would be la bebé bonita. Or you can have a pretty boy baby. You could have el bebé bonito. And again, you can make these plural. If you have pretty houses, you can have las. Let me change this. You can have las casas bonitas. You can have carros bonitos. That one we have to change to los. You can have las bebés bonitas. Or you can have los bebés bonitos. So you need to make sure that anytime you use an adjective in Spanish that you make it agree with whatever noun that it's modifying. Now in this list we have a list here. We have this adjective here, fácil. And you'll notice that the word fácil does not end in the letter O. If an adjective does not end in the letter O, one of these descriptive adjectives up at the top, you cannot make it feminine. It will stay in the masculine form. So you can have this, el programa, which is masculine, fácil, or you could have la clase fácil. This is the easy program, the easy class. This one's masculine, this one's feminine. But since this word doesn't end in a letter O, we can't put an A on the end of it. We can't change it to an A. But you can make this word fácil plural. Now the word fácil ends in a consonant. And before we said that if you have a word that ends in a consonant and you need to make it plural, you add ES to the end. So to make those plural, you would have los programas fáciles. You would also have las clases fáciles. Alright, let's take another example. The word grande, meaning big or large. Grande doesn't end in the letter O, so it can't be made feminine. So you can have a casa grande, a large house. You can have a carro grande, a large car. You can have an hombre grande, a large man. This one's feminine. These two are masculine, but this word doesn't change because it doesn't end in an O in the original, so it has to stay grande. But you can make it plural. So you can have casas grandes. You can have carros grandes. You can have hombres grandes. You can have libros grandes, big books. You can have sueños grandes, big dreams, etc. Again, a descriptive adjective, and if it does not end in the letter O, you cannot make it feminine, but you still have to make them plural if the noun that you modify is plural.